the right fit for the right situation. Wisdom of the past as opposed to the utopian ideas for the future. Coming up with the right solutions that people would live orderly lives. Temperance? Not once was Jack Kemp in all those years of public service ever compromised in his public behavior. He knew exactly what that word meant in the Greek sense. The only thing he might have been temperate about was injustice, but I think the Greeks would allow that. Third, justice. I never met a human being with more passion for justice than Jack Kemp. More impatience with injustice. It burned within him. It was part of his DNA. It was the way he was made. All the times I would spend talking to him, he was burning with injustice. But the greatest virtue, Bill Bennett will tell you, C.S. Lewis said, is courage. Because you can have all the other virtues, but if you don't have courage, you won't live them out. Here was a man who had courage. Courage on the football field, courage of his convictions in politics. He bucked his own party on immigration, not because he wanted to open the borders, but because he wanted compassion to the strangers and aliens in our midst, exactly as the Bible says. He wanted to help hurting people. It hurt him badly with his own party. He fought for civil rights when some of us in the White House were engineering what became known as the Southern Strategy, because he cared about the decency of every single human being. That took great courage. As a matter of fact, I've often wanted to see Jack Kemp in the Oval Office, but I often wondered, why not? I think the why not is that he couldn't do two things which are essential for public office, for high public office today, for the Oval Office. Number one, he was without guile. In all the many, many times we were together over the years, I never heard him say an unkind or uncharitable thing about another human being. Never saw him attack anyone publicly. I don't think he could run an attack ad. I don't think he's capable of it. How do you get to the White House without running attack ads? I don't think he could have compromised his convictions. If he believed something was right and just, it was what God was leading him to, Jack Kemp could not hide that. He would say it. He would speak out. That quality of courage, that great virtue of courage, may be, and this is a sad commentary, and I hope not overly cynical commentary on our times, may be what kept him out of the White House. The greatest courage he showed was in his final battle against cancer. In the times I visited him while he was sick, I was sad, although I tried not to show it, because here the great warrior was felled. He could only sit in that chair that he would move the positions, and he could get up, but it was with great difficulty. And I realized the biggest problem for Jack. He wasn't afraid to die. He's a Christian. That was where he's going. He was not afraid of pain. He'd gone through more pain in his lifetime than 10 other people would combined. What was tough for Jack was that he was out of the game. He couldn't do anything about it. That man who bubbled over with enthusiasm and righteous concern for justice couldn't move in that chair, was virtually unable to, as cancer slowly destroyed his body, not his spirit, but his body. But still, when I would lean over, he had trouble talking, I'd lean over and we'd whisper to one another, and we'd talk to one another. He would whisper encouraging words to me. Death is inevitable for every human being. The only question is how you face it. Jack faced it with enormous courage. That's why John Donne, the same poet, wrote, "Ask not for whom the bells toll, they toll for you." The prayer I would have as I leave today is that we would all have the courage not only to live life fully, but to be able to live it at the end as nobly as Jack did. What's his legacy? His legacy is well established by all the adulation you've seen in the press this week, by your presence here today, by the incredible respect, outpouring of respect and love and affection this shows for Jack Kemp that you're here. His ideas will live on because he had the right ideas. And he fought for them courageously and persuasively. But in the end, his greatest legacy, in my opinion, will be the people you've already heard from today before me. It'll be that family. I remember one night when Jack and Joanne invited Patty and me over. I think they'd just gotten the house redecorated. Jack was a man, when I speak about temperance, who lived modestly. For whatever he made money, it didn't matter. That's not what motivated him. Ideas motivated him. But they'd just gotten the house redone, and so we were invited over to dinner one night, and we got into this conversation. Most of the kids were there. Some of them reminded me of this of today. And they were much younger then. It was back in the 80s, I guess. And we sat down at the table, and I started to enjoy my meal, but I didn't enjoy it for very long because Jack was peppering me with questions. This, from coming all sides. And Patty and I left there that night. I was limp. All I'd done was try to defend my positions. As I walked out, I said, Jack, why'd you do that? You and I agree on all those things. Oh, he said, this was wonderful for the kids. Think of what they learn from this kind of dialogue. You guys, all of you, have great reason to be proud of your dad. And you love him, I know, as much as he loved each one of you. Carry on for him. That's the legacy. You know, C.S. Lewis said something wonderful about occasions like this. He said, Christians never have to say goodbye. We simply say au revoir. And so, Jack, until we meet again. Amen.